What factors explain Andre Ventura's ability to secure nearly a quarter of the vote?
Well, he already had done that twice in the legislative elections. I'd say it's part of a wave that is going through the West, including Western Europe, and it's but he's more or less stuck at 23-25%. He comes to these elections. Many of us do not believe that he really wants to be president of the Republic, because the real power in Portugal does not lie, although the system constitutionally is a semi-presidential one. True power lies in the parliament, and especially in the government that emanates from the parliament. So in this case, the generalized idea, or the prevailing idea, is that he's running in order to concentrate more and more votes so that later in the legislative election, he can claim to depart not from 20 or 25%, but from 30 or 33% and try to win a legislative election. That is his real goal, in my opinion, not really to win the presidential election. He seeks real power. On the other hand, why 25%? Because Portugal is not immune to social networks and the populist speech in general. It's a bit ridiculous in the sense that, unlike France or Germany, for instance, we do not have large populations that still uphold cultural roots that are not in line with the majority of the population. And especially the campaign that Chega has done and Andre Ventura have done, somewhat racist and anti-immigration, here does not really bode well. Not only Portugal needs immigrants, and this is generally acknowledged as necessary, but the bulk of the huge majority of the immigrants that come to Portugal, they come from Portuguese-speaking countries, and their integration is not that complicated. I'd say half of them come from Brazil, many come from Angola, Mozambique, Cape Verde. So he made a campaign saying this is not Bangladesh. The number of Bangladeshi immigrants in Portugal is very, very small. So it's really a call for outright racism. But apparently 20 to 25% of the people are not happy with the regime and therefore vote on this populist speech.
So in a semi-presidential system like Portugal's, how important is the presidency politically?
Well, the president does not have a lot of powers, but it has crucial powers. It can dissolve the parliament. And in a scenario where nobody really has a majority and where there's three or four large parties, the president may have a very important arbitrator's role. So this is one of the things. The second thing is that the past shows that if a president is popular and knows how to use its powers wisely, it can make life very, very difficult to the government and force the government to negotiate key reforms and policies with him. So it may be very relevant.
So do you expect a broad anti-Ventura mobilization in the February 8th runoff?
Now, all polls indicate that. All polls are clear in the sense that any candidate that would go to the runoff would defeat Ventura, because the expectation is that there will be a polarization of votes, pretty much as it's in France with Ms. Le Pen for a number of years. It is probably what is going to happen in Portugal. All the members of the democratic component of the society that fear the far right reaching power will concentrate their votes against Ventura more than pro Seguro.